Hi, I'm Hillary, and welcome back to WellBean. Today I'm going to review the new USDA, U.S. Health and Human Services dietary guidelines that were released yesterday. I'm just going to jump right in. Hopefully, after you've watched the video, you will leave some comments below. I'm really interested in your comments because I think there's a lot in the guidelines that's worth talking about. So anyway, the article that I'm reading is from the LA Times. And the thing that stood out to me in the title was that coffee gets the all clear in the dietary guidelines. And I'm going to take that as a good thing because I love coffee. Even though my husband thinks I drink too much, now I have the evidence, right? So that's a good one for me. Another good thing, I think, is that they talk about how you should limit your sugar intake. Hopefully, people will replace refined white sugar, for example, with things like maple syrup or coconut sugar in limited quantities. But they do talk about how this will, hopefully drive manufacturers to limit the sugar in their products. Because the one thing for me is wondering, okay, well, what are they going to replace it with? A chemical or what? Probably in most cases, whatever is the cheapest option. But just something for me, I thought, to watch to see how they're going to deal with that. And then the next good thing I thought was that they recommend limiting saturated fats. And for the first time, I guess, ever, they singled out teenage boys and men as people who should limit their intake of animal protein in favor of eating more, basically, plants, eating, a greater plant-based diet. So I thought that was absolutely fantastic. And there's a quote. They mention, that the advice sort of fits with a new emphasis, that they're telling Americans that they should move away from meals based on animal protein and toward diets more heavily derived from plants, which I thought was great. And it's based on the recommendation of scientific advisors who, are basically saying that, as we know, those of us that are vegan or plant-based, that that diet is much better for us, for the environment, for animals, obviously. So that was encouraging to see. Very good. And as I've said before, our 5-year-old son is basically plant-based and vegan. And he's thriving, doing really well. So does not make me nervous to have him eating this way. Another thing is that they say there's a quote by the Health and Human Services Secretary Sylvia Matthews Burwell, where she says, "By focusing on small shifts in what we eat and drink, eating healthy becomes more manageable," which I think is great. I've said in the beginning, I'm not perfect. I don't think anybody's perfect. And if it works for you to, do one day a week vegan or one day a week plant based, that's great. Get started. And, for me, suffering from rheumatoid arthritis, and if you do as well, I think that you will, feel better. And, maybe it'll set you off on a lifetime of eating that way. But I think that emphasis on just, start small if that's what you can do. So I thought that was great. Getting into what I don't think is great is they have removed dietary cholesterol as an area of concern. But what they so seems to me they're saying, okay, don't worry so much about eating eggs, for example, and treat your high cholesterol basically with drugs and exercise and controlling your weight. Huh? That just doesn't make any sense to me. But then when you read further into the article, it mentions that, I guess on Wednesday, the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, a group that advocates for a better future for people and animals, actually filed a lawsuit on Wednesday against the USDA and US Health and Human Services because the lawsuit alleges that the egg industry interests powerfully influence the research underpinnings of those new cholesterol recommendations. So it's kind of like, um, you know, just basically sniff where the money is, right? That's going to tell you what they're going to say. I don't know, maybe they're being supported by coffee manufacturers. I don't know, or coffee growers. But in any case, I thought that was kind of I smelled a rotten egg when I read that. So, anyway, as I said before, it's a mixed bag. They mentioned some other things as well about limiting salt intake, which we've all probably known for a while. So anyway, please leave your comments. Please subscribe if you like what you hear and see. Even if you don't like what you hear and see, I'd love to have healthy debate. So please subscribe, like this video, and please leave your comments. And I will see you next week, if not sooner. Oh, actually, probably sooner, because one of the my goals for 2016 was to try a new fruit or vegetable every week. And I bought, I think, a persimmon today at the market. So I'm going to be trying that. And then also, I'm going to be veganizing my mom's enchiladas. She's been making them for probably 40 years. So I thought it'd be fun to try to make a vegan version and see how they are. And so hopefully I'll do a little recipe cooking demo on that in the next week or so. Okay. So be healthy and have a great weekend. And I will see you soon. Bye. Eat your beans.